Good morning, grandkids. Well, we are rid of Janessa. I have two new followers, Eric from Rorikstead and Carjo.
Don't get too far
I
ahead.
do not have to do that bloodlet thing. I didn't even need to have to go out there to Sigmas. So we are going to continue with what we're supposed to be doing. We've got to get up to the throat of the world and read that Elder Scrolls. And I did find it. It's in my inventory. I just looked right over it. And my second follower, Carjo, had lagged behind somewhere, but he finally caught up. So let's get this show on the road. Rockman isn't eager to do any of this, but he's on his way. Oh, we can go directly up there now. All right, come on, boys, let's go. Oh, I'm inside. I always forget that I have to get outside. Men, I told you how I came about to be in this position as a so-called Dragonborn. Let me sit down here and...
Good day, friend. Keeping well?
Yeah, keeping well. I want to read this book. See if it explains anything better about being the Dragonborn. The Book of the Dragonborn. Written by Emmeline Madrin. Oh, the Order of Talos, Wayne Priory. Year 360 of the Third Era, 21st of the reign of His Majesty Pelagius IV. Okay, boys, let's listen to this. Many people have heard the term Dragonborn. We are, of course, ruled by the Dragonborn emperors. Wow, they were all Dragonborn? But the true meaning of the term is not commonly understood. For those of us in the Order of Talos, this is a subject near and dear to our hearts, and in this book I will attempt to illuminate the history and significance of those known as Dragonborn, down through the ages. Most scholars agree that the term was first used in connection with the Covenant of Akatosh, when the blessed Saint Alicia was given the Amulet of Kings, and the dragon fires in the Temple of the One were first lit. Akatosh, looking with pity upon the plight of men, drew precious blood from his own heart and blessed Saint Alicia with this blood of dragons, and made a covenant that so long as Alicia's generations were true to the dragon blood, Akatosh would endeavor to seal tight the gates of oblivion, and to deny the armies of Daedra and undead to their enemies, the Daedra-loving aliens. Those blessed by Akatosh with the dragon blood became known more simply as Dragonborn. Well, that makes sense, but I just can't imagine dragon blood flowing through my veins. And besides, would that mean that I was a descendant of the rulers of this empire? Wow. The connection with the rulers of the empire was thus there from the beginning. Only those of the dragon blood were able to wear the amulet of kings and light the dragon fires. Well, I guess that doesn't mean a Dragonborn necessarily would have to become a ruler. It certainly wouldn't be me. I'm hardly the Dragonborn. All the legitimate rulers of the empire have been Dragonborn, the emperors and empresses of the first Cyrodiilic Empire founded by Alicia. Raymond, Cyrodiil and his heirs, and of course Tiber Septim and his heirs, down to our current emperor, His Majesty Pelagius Septim IV. Because of this connection with the emperors, however, the other significance of the Dragonborn has been obscured and largely forgotten by all but scholars and those of us dedicated to the service of the blessed Talos, who was Tiber Septim. Very few realize that being Dragonborn is not a simple matter of heredity. It certainly isn't a simple matter, that's for sure. Being the blessing of Akatosh himself, it is beyond our understanding exactly how and why it is bestowed. So if it's beyond your understanding, I'm never going to understand it. I thought this book was going to help me. Those who become emperor and light the dragon fires are surely Dragonborn. The proof is in the wearing of the amulet and the lighting of the fires. But were they Dragonborn and thus able to do these things, or was the doing the sign of the blessing of Akatosh descending upon them? All that we can say is that it is both, and neither, a divine mystery. The line of Septims have all been Dragonborn, of course, which is one reason the simplistic notion of it being hereditary has become so commonplace. Aha, so it might not actually be hereditary. It might just be bestowed upon them as they become a ruler by Akatosh. So why has he been trying to bestow this upon me? That's what I'd like to know. But we know for certain that the early Cyrodiilic rulers were not all related. There is also no evidence that Raymond Cyrodiil was descended from Alicia, although there are many legends that would make it so, most of them dating from the time of Raymond and likely attempts to legitimize his rule. We know that the Blades, usually thought of as the emperor's bodyguards. Oh, I really dislike that lady that roped me into going to the Thalmor embassy. That they originated in Akaviri, crusaders who invaded Tamriel for obscure reasons in the late First Era. They appear to have been searching for a Dragonborn. The events at Pale Pass bear this out, and the Akaviri were the first to proclaim Raymond Cyrodiil as Dragonborn. So they proclaimed him Dragonborn. That doesn't mean that he was. In fact, it was the Akaviri who did the most to promote his standing as emperor, although Raymond himself never took that title in his lifetime. And of course, there is no known hereditary connection between Tiber Septim and any of the previous Dragonborn rulers of Tamriel. It's interesting. Whether there can be more than one Dragonborn at any time is another mystery. The emperors have done their best to dismiss this notion, but of course the imperial succession itself means that at the very least there are 2 or more potential Dragonborn at any time. The current ruler and his or her heirs. The history of the Blades also hints at this, although little is known of their activities during the interim between Raymond's empire and the rise of Tiber Septim. Many believe that the Blades continued to search out and guard those they believed were or might become Dragonborn during this time. I don't know how they could search them out, so that's how they searched me out? She tricked me. Lastly, we come to the question of the true meaning of being Dragonborn. Well, not only did the Blade search me out, but the Greybeards called me. What did I just read? The connection with dragons is so obvious that it has almost been forgotten. In these days when dragons are a distant memory, we forget that in the early days, being Dragonborn meant having the dragon blood. Some scholars believe that was meant quite literally. But how would that happen? Although the exact significance is not known, the Nords tell tales of Dragonborn heroes who were great dragon slayers, able to steal the power of the dragons they kill. Well, I can do that. Indeed, it is well known that the Akaviri sought out and killed many dragons during their invasion, and there is some evidence that this continued after they became Raymond Cyrodiil's Dragon Guard. Again, the connection to dragons, the direct predecessor to the Blades of today. I leave you with what is known as the prophecy of the Dragonborn. It often said to originate in an Elder Scroll. Ooh, there's that Elder Scroll again. Although it is sometimes also attributed to the ancient Akaviri. Many have attempted to decipher it, and many have also believed that its omens had been fulfilled and that the advent of the last Dragonborn was at hand. Does that mean me? I make no claims as an interpreter of prophecy, but it does suggest that the true significance of Akatosh's gift to mortal kind has yet to be fully understood. Oh, and I guess this coming up is the prophecy. When misrule takes its place at the 8 corners of the world, when the brass tower walks and time is reshaped. What in the world does this mean? I don't know. What do they mean, the brass tower walks? When the thrice blessed fail and the red tower trembles. The red tower trembles. Would that be the red mountain when it erupts? When the Dragonborn ruler loses his throne and the white tower falls, is that Cyrodiil? When the snow tower lies sundered, kingless, bleeding. Where's the snow tower? The World Eater wakes and the wheel turns upon the last Dragonborn. That's now because he's awaking and I'm supposedly a Dragonborn that's supposed to kill him. Holy cow. Very interesting, but the connection is surreal. But I don't feel any of this. The only thing I'm aware of is that I can absorb some power from a dragon when I kill it. That's all. And I feel totally incompetent about all the things I've been doing. Alright, where did you go? He just vanished. Eric. How did you do that, man? Alright, guys, we gotta go up to the throat of the world and read this Elder Scroll. I wonder if Parthenax is going to be up there waiting. Yes, there he says. That's so cool. Can I make it daytime now? I don't want to do this in the dark.
I was right somehow. Having this new life as an adventurer. It's what I was meant to do.
Oh, Eric is loving being an adventurer. I hope you're gonna love all this.
You have it.
Yes.
The Kell, the Elder Scroll.
Yes.
Tidkrech Kalos. Time shudders at its touch. There is no question. You are doom-driven. Kogan Akatosh. The very bones of the earth are at your disposal.
Wow.
Go then. Fulfill your destiny. Take the scroll to the Time Wound. Do not delay. Alduin will be coming. He cannot miss the signs.
Oh, wow. So where I'm supposed to read it is up here, I suppose. Oh, there's a word wall. Other than the one that Parth... Here's where I'm supposed to read it. Whoa. Whoa. Wait, let me get this. Oh, I'm not supposed to get it yet, guys. What am I supposed to do here? Whoa! What's happening, man?
Formulate! We're running out of time. The battle!
The Arsul Thursi Alduin
Holy
Ukli.
cow!
Today, Alduin's lordship will be restored.
What's happening?
But I honor your courage. Krifvolf Akrin. Die now in vain.
Aha! We're back in time, and now we're seeing how this dragon was killed.
Know that
Whoa!
sent you down to death.
Ooh!
Hakon! A glorious day, is it not?
Have you no thought beyond the blooding of your blade?
Gormleth and Hagon.
What else is there?
The battle below goes ill. If Alduin does not rise to our challenge, I fear all may be lost.
You worry too much, brother. Victory will be ours.
Why does Alduin hang back? We've staked everything on this plan of yours, old man.
He will come. He cannot ignore our defiance. And why should he fear us,
Felder.
even now?
We blooded him well. 4 of his kin have fallen to my blade alone this day.
But none have yet stood against Alduin himself. Galthorn, Sori, Birka.
They did not have Dragonrend. Once we bring him down, I promise, I will have his head.
You do not understand. Alduin cannot be slain like a lesser dragon. He is beyond our strength. Which is why I brought the Elder Scroll.
Feldir, we agreed not to use it.
I never agreed. And if you are right, I will not need it.
We will deal with Alduin ourselves. Here and now.
We shall see soon enough. Alduin approaches.
So be it.
There he is. The big guy.
Taludis ane. Him hind pali. Su'u hindan.
Let those that watch from Sovngarde envy us this day.
Oh, I learned Dragonrend. All 3 words I learned.
My teeth to his neck.
Ooh. He wants to kill Falskaar.
To feed my power, I come in Sovngarde.
Ah, in Sovngarde.
If I die today, it will not be
Whoa.
in terror. You feel for the first time, worm. See it in your eyes. Skyrim will be free!
Oh! Oh! Well, she's with the other pile of dead bodies. And he should have been toast.
Hold Alduin on the wing! Sister Hawk, grant us your sacred breath to make this contract heard. Begone, World Eater. By words with older bones than your own, we break your perch on this age and send you out. You are banished. We shout you out from all our endings unto the last.
And there he goes.
You are banished.
But he came back.
Worked. We did it.
Yes, the World Eater is gone. May the spirits have mercy on our souls.
They should have let him read that Elder Scroll to begin with. And we're back.
My belly is full of the souls of your fellow mortals, Dovahkiin. Die now and await your fate in Sovngarde. Lost Funt, you are too late, Alduin. Dovahkiin, use Dragonrend if you know it.
Alright, we're out of here, guys. Next time we'll see what we're supposed to do.